to look on our online meeting last week. Had you finally have the chance to catch up with online, all the recording because we struggled a bit with getting the right link. I don't know. I think that was some error or mistake in the system. Okay, great, Elizabeth. So it works. Good, good. Listen, ladies, I see you already asking about the Facebook. So as you can see, we have this presentation where you can see the main page, and on the top there is a green bar where you can see the Facebook group name, and there is a red button, join the group. So you can press there, and it should take you automatically to the group, and I think I can accept you. I already see, yeah, I see you, Mary, okay, and Angelica and Lena. Okay, I think I added all of you who just joined it. So I think this way we can stay in touch in case if we need some materials exchange and so. Okay, great, great. Okay, so I think slowly we can start. Today we're going to talk about the ways of promoting your work and how to get the customers. I am not a marketing specialist at all. I will just share with you what is my really experience and what I noticed that works for me as a photographer, as a horse photographer. So here I would like to give you some of my personal tips. Okay. Oh, about one more thing. Who was the first time with us live, where you have this right on the bottom there is a window where you're typing the message, but there is also Q&A mode a little bit above. You can switch it, and whenever some questions will come to you during my lecture, you can put your question there, and once we are done with my lecture, then we can move to the Q&A mode and I will answer your questions after that. Okay, guys, so starting. Whenever we're thinking about our business as a horse photographers or any kind of business, we really have to make like a confession in front of us what we want to achieve. Like really, really, of course, we all would love to have everything, but it doesn't work like that, and we have to make some priorities at the beginning. For example, I don't know, either you want to photograph horses on the shows because there is some money, or you want to get a lot of commissions where you travel to your client and photograph horses for sale or to make like a profile for websites, or you want to travel the world and take the pictures and hope that someday someone would like to buy them. This is my path. So yeah, so you have to think that way, and once you decide where you want to start, then you will focus mostly on this path. Of course, we can change our decisions anytime, but my advice, especially at the beginning, is not to try to do too many things, go too many paths at once, just to focus on one. And once we feel confident on this, and all the circle of getting the clients contacts and everything goes better and better, then we can start another thing. We can't do everything at once. Okay, so yeah, this is what I just said, like not everything at once. So step by step, making smaller steps is much better, than just expecting that the next day we'll achieve so much and we put so much pressure on us. I always said that it's better to improve ourselves, our skill, or whoever we are, 1% per day, because when we look on like all the year back, if we just approve 1% per day, you can understand how much we can improve in 365 days. Yeah, am I right? Yeah, I think. So I think you get that. So just take it slowly, just small steps, and every single day just do one thing a bit better. And I think after a year you will be really impressed how much you achieved. And then of course we have to have this courage and be patient, because yeah, again, as I told you, it takes time. It's a long process. I am where I am now because I do it 15 years, and I do it like I would say full time. Uh, I was quite lucky that whoever was in my life, either parents or my husband, they I tried to do normal work. Yeah, I went to some factories and other stuff, but they believed me and said like, Kasha, no, you don't have to do it. Take some time, maybe a year, and try what you do, and maybe you will be good in that. And it went that way. So yeah, as I told you, you really have to be patient and spend as much time as you can on photographing, not only horses, just whatever, to keep practicing. Because even for me, grabbing the camera after a month of break is like, hmm, what is that like? I don't feel so confident with the camera in my hands. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the first thing, which is, I think, obligatory to all of us, is a website. It's not a profile on Facebook or any other social media channels or so. It's just a professional website. And here I ask some group of photographers if they have their own website. And as you can see, most of them they do. Some people claim they don't need, and some people would love to, but they really have troubles even with like where to start or how to start, selecting right pictures, writing right text about themselves. It's not so easy as we think. I believe all of you who has already some websites, that was a bit of struggle to go through it. Mm, But if there are some of you who don't have, and you have this problem that, or with the selection of the picture or how to write about yourself, what to present on the website, there I will be for you during our individual consultations to go through all of this, and I hope I will be able to help you with this. So now I want to tell you a bit how to create this website so it will be professional. Well, having a website, a part of Facebook or other social media stuff, I think is professional on the in eyes of our future customers or whoever is trying to find us. Uh, okay, so whenever we think about our website, we want to start. Don't make this complicated. Make this just a clear and transparent and easy for everyone to move on the page. I hate all of this website where you really have to dig in, to find anything. It's like, well, it's not nice. You getting oh my goodness, again I lost the word. Okay, whatever. So yeah, make this clear, make this as simple as it is, because it's better to have just super simple website than don't have any. And don't be perfectionist on this or even on any other parts of what we do, because once we want to get something perfect before we publish, show to the world or wherever, we will never publish this. I think all of you know what I'm talking about. It's like, longer you wait, more you have expectations. No, it's not, still not good enough. I wish I would be better. I wish the pictures would be better. No, just stop there and do, and publish whatever you already have. And even the website itself doesn't have to be so perfect. Just make it simple. Yeah, that's another thing. It really has to work well, because as I already told you, um, some websites are so complicated that doesn't work properly on other devices like a phone or a tablet. Just remember that many people now watching all the websites and other things on smaller devices, yeah. So that's the main thing we really have to remember about this. Oh yeah, Elizabeth said like, yeah, because if you like this, if you typing in Q&A mode, yeah, later on it will come out in the Q&A time. But if you want to just type some normal sentences, go to the public mode, and everything will be fine. All right, so talking about the website. Well, yeah, it also has to be very easy to move with intuition. As I already told you, some websites are so difficult to find anything. Once you start to search, after 2-3 minutes, you are fed up, and that's it. And also think the same way your customers will do if he will come to your page. Yeah, make it clear. Here is gallery. Here is about me. Here is some offer or whatever you want. Just don't make this too complicated. Yeah, here is think about selecting right pictures for your website, which is like a thing that represents you. My biggest personal tip is just give a few pictures. You're really best of the best than putting too many photographs on the website, because especially photographers who put many similar pictures because they can't decide, they think this one is better as same as this one. Okay, this is your personal thoughts, but again, the person who's coming to your website sees so many different pictures and he is already tired of it. I believe there is much better to leave the customer, the whoever is visiting your website, this feeling is like, hmm, I don't have enough. I want more. I want more. And this is, I think, much better feeling of, well, while you publishing your best pictures. And in my opinion, for on your website, you shouldn't, if you have like main portfolio, you shouldn't go over 40-50 pictures, but I think the best will be like around 20 for the portfolio. Hmm. And already, as again mentioned, the page really has to represent ourselves. So it has to be professional. Yeah, we want to be seen as a professional people, professional photographers. We want to be treated that way. So the website itself have to be professional. And remember, professional doesn't mean complicated. It has to be simple, just professional, clear. Um, it also has to be a bit, like yourself. If you are more, I don't know, a bit moody person, or a person who likes everything clear or elegant, keep, or you want to be seen as a person like that, keep the website in this vibe, I would say. Okay. And also, for those who don't have yet the website, I know it can cost a lot, really, especially if you have your own design and you go to IT and want to have everything to be done. But there are also some website where you can make your own page without really spending a lot of money. And as I already told you, it's better to have any than don't have at all. So here are some examples. Here is, for example, WordPress. Yeah, here's PL because I was also presenting to the Polish group. But thanks to the WordPress.org, you can make a website for free. There is Weebly as well. Very easy, very intuitive. Yeah. Yeah, you move on this platform very with easy intuition. You just drag and drop the elements you want to build on the page, and it's super easy, super fast. Or here, even the portfolio Adobe. If you, I think, if you are a member of Adobe, like if you, for example, buying a photography package, which is Photograph and Lightroom, you have an easy and free access to this kind of. But really, there are plenty of websites like that, and I really recommend going with any of them if you still don't have any website yet. Okay. All right, ladies. Now we're gonna move to another, I think this time's a very important part of our work to promote, to show our work, which are social media. And here I ask some group of photographers, what role do social media play in acquiring customers? So as you see, most of the people said that they got most of the clients thanks to social media, and I am also one of them. Majority of even you guys is like thanks to social media. Some people say that some, but they don't need, but they also came different way. Of course, we all have these clients who are coming different way as well. And some people claim that they don't need social media at all. And honestly, I am jealous of that because social media takes so much time and so much work. And I think we all would love to spend that time somewhere else, even on the fields with the camera in our hands. But well, now that's the part of our job as well, and we really have to do it. Mm, okay, so when we already have our page either on Facebook, Instagram, or other social media, here what we really have to think about and remember while we creating the content. We really have to match this content to our audience. So already we have to move back to the stage where I told you what are your priorities. Either you want to target some riders, yeah, which taking part in competitions because you want to do shows, or either you want to target some breeders or maybe some teenagers who want to have some commissions photo sessions, with their ponies somewhere on the fields and put some nice dresses on them. You really have to think about it and post a lot of content referring to this kind of work, because later on at the end of the day you want to be associated with this kind of work or photographs. Yeah, again, you can see a lot of my pictures are somewhere in the world, horses running some liberty in the fields, because this is what I really would love to do. Of course I do some other stuff, and rarely, but I do publish, but this is not my main thing on my profiles. Whenever we're publishing, it's really really important to check activity hours of the people who follow our pages. And you can easily do it on the I think manager is now called or something like that. It's changing the name all the time, the Facebook, or on the Instagram. If you just go to the settings and check your statistic, you can easily find what is your audience. Yeah, if there are men or women, if there are people, I don't know, like teenagers 16 years old, or people like around 30s, then you will see the time, as I told you, activity hours. And you should keep posting in those hours, because every country has their own. And I see people are more active afternoon and early evening. I would say maybe in my case this is like between 5 and 8 p.m., something like that. But everyone is different, and for me, for example, weekends doesn't work too much because my audience spends the time outside. You know, maybe when they're coming back after work during the weekdays, they just going online and scrolling there and back. But also I talk with some of my friends, and for them doesn't work like that. Some of them can post midday, some of them can post during the weekend. So you really have to check your statistics and understand where to plan your posts. Okay, so uh, another very important thing, especially now when the algorithms of social media are not really friendly with us anymore. At the beginning it was super easy. I don't know how long you are on the social media, but I made my page on the Facebook, I think that was 12 years ago. And it really was super easy, to get new followers and things. But now, no, you really have to post frequently, because if you will just post once in a while, once in a week or two, or you will forget about your social media and later on you will put one picture, you will see that there is no much activity underneath anymore. So that's why it's really important to really post a few posts per week. Really, that's a lot of work. I'm trying. I would love to try to do like 3 4 times a week. I promise myself every time from the next week I will do so, but always something happen and I don't have much time. And I see my engagement with the people is not the same as it was even last year, the same time when I was just posting quite often. Okay. Engage with audience, and that's another very important thing, to make all these algorithms of social media to work better for us. What I mean by the engaging with the audience, whenever you post something, it's nice to to sometimes ask them in the post, like, guys, what do you think about this, and like chit and chat with them a bit. And once you are getting them to respond to your content, to your message, to your post, it's nice, but this is not the end of your work. You also really have to find the time. For example, once in the week, you're sitting with the glass of wine, spending hour or two, and responding for those comments. And this way, again, algorithms, they tighten a bit better with you and your audience, and thanks to that, they will see your posts more often. They will not miss them. Well, that was at least some time ago. It was working like that. Of course, social media is changing all the time. Maybe tomorrow will be totally different. Nobody can promise that. But as I told you, this is what works for me, and I see some profits from that. Another, well, I think last super important tip about creating your own content is to share or repost the best posts which you had. Of course, you will think, oh, I posted this picture last year, but okay, last year you didn't have as many followers as you have now. Some of them are really new and they didn't see that picture. And you really would love to use the same photos because they gain the most of activity, shares, comments. People love them. Yeah? And I think we all can agree here that some pictures which we posting, we as a photographers, we see something in them, something very artistic. It's like, oh, this picture is so good because this and that and that. But our audience really don't get it. They like more this colorful, bubbly pictures or something like that. Super cute. And sometimes even for that, it's worth to just post or share these pictures again because people did love them. Okay. Now I want to give you my tip about whenever you want to publish something online about the event or the photo session or the service you're going to provide or some super offer, or you want to even sell something, to make some better reaction, because one post can be not enough mm, for that. And it's called four stage promotion. Like, I would say promotion because for now we're not going to talk about promotion like buying promotion on social media, because again, every single month is really working different way, and already I gave up on that. There are some people who follow this and they study Google statistics and this and all this Facebook advertisement is really another world. And even sometimes to make a good promotion, you have to spend 2 3 4 hours. So we're not going to talk about this. I want to give you some tools so you can do this as you, without spending some money on it. So here is this four stage promotion, and for me, that was the tip given to me 3 4 years ago, and 3 years ago, and it still works for me. So how do we proceed? First step in this four stage promotion is announcement. So we're going and announcing what we want to do, what we're planning to do. Either we selling, I don't know, calendars, or either we searching for customers, or we advertising new workshop or something like that. But in this announcement, it's really important to don't give already some links or information. Just make announcements. So we're creating like responsive content, where we're talking to people. In the sometimes here you have example of my post when I was searching for that was a model call for Canadian horses. So as I said that I will be traveling and I will be searching for those horses. Yeah. um, And also for this kind of events, it's nice to add a few pictures, because I see people really like this kind of packages. They have much more activity underneath than some, for example, single picture. So whenever we're thinking about some promoting something, remember about this. So we have to um, make something that will, well, create the post which will make people to respond to them. So either they can tag someone who has the horses for us good to photograph, or someone who, oh guys, come on, who will be interested in this kind of event if I will do so. Yeah, so I think you're getting what I'm talking about. This kind of response you want to get underneath, and you want to get as many comments as possible. And later on, we have the second stage, which is start of the action. And we really putting the post which, uh, like I would say, refers to what we announced a few days ago. It's like, okay, guys, now, so I'm on the way and I will be photographing those Canadian horses. You can register here or here. Or, okay, guys, so here is my announced date for the workshop, or something like that. And here you really starting the action, and here you can post the link, which for now is not really great idea to post the link directly into the post on Facebook, for example. It's better to put it into the comment, because again, some algorithms, well, Facebook don't want us to advertise this way, to send people somewhere outside. So that's why it's better to put the link now to the comment, but remember about this link when we start the action itself. And the third stage are the messages. So people from the comments, which I told you, I will go back to the first. Here on the left, you can see there are 92 comments, and though those were comments of people who were, I don't know, recommending me some place with Canadian horses to photograph, or there could be the people who will be interested in your service, and you will go to those comments and then message them, because here is the example of another post. On the right you can see comments of the people, and under every single comment there is always I like it, there is respond, and there is a message. Sorry, it's in Polish, but so you can see, and you pressing the message, and you responding to this comment, and person will not miss your answer, because she or he will get message to the inbox responding to this comment. That's why you wanted to get as many comments underneath, so you will know that those people will not miss uh, when the event will come. Yeah. And the fourth is remarketing. So after a while, after a few days, we remind, oh, listen, guys, I don't know if you know, or maybe you missed, but here I want to remind you that I'm coming, I don't know, to California to photograph horses. Contact me in case if you want some some of my service or something like that. So today I'm not best in talking super sentences for marketing, but I believe you know what I'm talking about. So you're referring to what you've been posting before. So here are 4 steps. Once again, I will repeat them for you. So the first one is announcement. Then we have start of the action. Then we have messages to the people who commented underneath the post, which was in the first step. And the fourth step is remarketing. Okay. So also about the social media, there is one thing which might help us to get more attention, more activity underneath our post or whatever we need. First of them are groups. It's really nice to belong to the groups of, either or equine photographers or some other kind of things which interest you. Because there more likely people will not miss your post than they do on your pages on the Facebook, unfortunately. And on, for example, Instagram, using the tags, I didn't believe in that so much, but I can see sometimes that people, coming to my profile thanks to tags. I even follow a few tags on the Instagram. So whenever someone is adding a new tag, for example, I don't know, Lusitano Stallion, I always get a Lusitano Stallion picture on my wall on the Instagram, and it really can help sometimes. Okay. Here we also will talk about something I think everyone would love to know or have or whatever, are the publications. Who who doesn't want to have pictures published somewhere. But as we already agreed, we don't give pictures for free. Yeah, that's what we agreed on last time. So whenever we're thinking about publication, don't sit and wait if someone will find you and contact you. It happens really rarely, especially now where are so many great artists. Help them to be seen. Help them to notice you. So don't hesitate, to write to the publisher, to the editor, to some magazine, and offer them, you know, yourself. It's like, hello, I'm Kasia. It's like, I think I can offer you something, and here I would love to show you what you should have if you're coming to such a person and want to, give your work, like sell your work to the publisher. So first of all, this portfolio is super important. Either the website or something prepared on some other program. Yeah, or even if you will be lucky to meet someone in the person, you want to bring something to what represents you. That's why you need this portfolio, something what represents you. Remember, like those the best pictures which you are really proud of, and maybe some pictures which you already achieved something. Yeah. Then if this publisher will be interested, also remember that to offer that, okay, you can see my best pictures, but this is not it. We all have all this database of files of pictures which are not really used or posted anywhere, because as I told you, it's not good to post two similar pictures. But you can offer the access to the larger database, and it's good to have one. Then also, don't be shy if you have some ideas. For example, I started with publishing my pictures in Polish magazine because I did travel, a bit here, a bit here. I was listening to the breeders, I was listening to nice stories. And for me, it was like, well, maybe I can sell those pictures with those stories. So I said, listen, guys, maybe I can write some text about either, I don't know, fell ponies in Cambria, or some native breeds from south of England, or Camargue, or something like that. You can always sell your pictures with some topic, because if you're going with your project somewhere to photograph something, is I think it's sure that you are interested in the subject, so you can write something. So that's another I think idea to think about, because really not only one picture have to be published. Sometimes you can tell some stories, and publishers really sometimes search for subjects for a long time. So if you are coming in front of them, it's like telling that you have some stories to tell. I think mostly they will say yes. And of course, it's good to have at least some price list idea. But as we spoke already last week, ask them first what they can offer and what is their budget, because you can really be surprised. If this budget will not please you, then you will say like what you expect. Yeah. And the other also places to show your work are dedicated pages, because please don't forget that the world doesn't end on the Facebook, Instagram, or things like that, because there are really plenty of dedicated pages, like Nikon has itself. I think on National Geographic you can create your own portfolio, and people there will like and share and comment your pictures. There is like 500 pixels, is really big photography photography page, where again, brilliant photographers posting their work, and they can exchange comments and some other opinions. Or even here, like you can see on the bottom, it's called Bored Panda, where you can write the stories with the pictures. And sometimes, if you hit the right target, your stories and pictures can be shared few hundred, few thousand times, yeah. And later on, some people will come and say like, "Oh, I like your story, and maybe we can publish this somewhere else, and I will pay for that." Yeah, you really want to be seen, you want to be noticed, so just go there and search the pages like that, because as I told you, not everyone are on social media, and on social media now is really also easy to miss all of us, really, because of these algorithms. Oh, I'm out of breath today. The other very important thing is to take the parts in the competitions. They don't have to be huge photographic competitions. If you don't feel confident, just search for some local, either for your state or for your country or for your region, something like that. Because once you will get any achievements, it will also work on your site, either for the publisher to be noticed, or for the people to trust your skills, or even to increasing your prices, yeah. So this is another time investment, which I think is really worth of doing so. And here you have two examples. Here are some konkursy photo, which is in Poland, but I bet in every country there are some pages with photographic contests. You can just Google it. Or the other one, which I really love, is a viewbook, and I will paste you here the link to it. On the viewbook, you're creating, and again, this is not sponsored, sponsored lecture. I really love them. You're creating your own account. You're creating your own portfolio with your pictures, and it contains many contests in one place. So you just go to the menu and see photo contest, and you browse through them, because almost every day there is a new one, and you can just submit the photo which is already in your portfolio. So it really doesn't take as much work. Pictures are already there, and it's also very nice community. People share, tag, repost, or invite you to some other contests. Very nice community. And another way of promoting your work are exhibitions. And listen, guys, it doesn't have to be huge exhibition, in the gallery. It's really important to expose, yeah, your work anywhere, really. And either it can be in because of some contest, or because of some joint subject gallery or something like that. Even I believe in your city, in your county or whatever, you can find some space where you can exhibit your work. And as I told you, help people to be noticed, yeah. Help people so they can see you. If you will stay at home and just do nothing, nobody will really find you. And my one of the favorite things recently, maybe as you can see on my social media, are shows and fairs. I take a part recently on Cavaliada, which is 4 months long. Like every month, there is in different city in Poland. There is a huge equestrian games and the shows and the fair in the same time, and so on. Because again, I will tell you, not everyone are on social media. I really get so many people on this kind of events. Of course, it's a lot of investment. And at the beginning, when I went first time a few years back, for me it was kind of sad, because you investing money and you are not getting them right away. But trust me, after a few months, you will come at least to the point where, when you will cover your all expenses and so on, but it will still, work on your percentage, or you will get something from it, because people will be keep back coming to you, to your pages, contacting you, because they want to buy this and this picture. This kind of events are huge investment, and it will not bring you income right away, but give it a few months of time, and for sure you will get new customers. Trust me. And if you don't feel like spending a lot of money on that, you really don't have to make a huge stand with your work. You can start as I did 3 4 years ago. I just borrowed I paid for 2 meters of wall, and that's it. I really didn't have anything else. I didn't have any stand, any booth, any square with perfect lighting. No, I just made this, and it started to bring some profit after a while. I saw some people from different companies which were also on this fair. They noticed my work. They said they were saying like, Kasia, we didn't know your work, really. So, and I thought, like, in Poland, maybe not everyone from equestrian world, but many people from it, we know each other. So I thought, okay, maybe they saw somewhere my work, but trust me, they don't. Many people don't. Uh, so I really recommend going this way as well. And also some kind of special offers also might work on your profit. Like, for example, even doing like gift vouchers, or announcement of some Christmas sale, or some silly marketing stuff, or that you're traveling to this destination, and because you will be there and you already will spend some money on travels, that's why you can offer sessions in a photo session in better price. Yeah, so try to think also that way. Sometimes offer something in better price, and thanks to that you will also get some clients. And whenever you're offering something better price, is always good to say, is not only say but really keep it limited, or exclusive, I would say. Yeah, so people will really come, and will really try to catch this offer if it's limited, for example, for a very short period of time. And the last thing about other ways of gaining new customers, gaining a trust of other people, is buzz marketing. I do work with some people, because I think we both kind of like exchange a lot. I know with them I can expect a lot and get a lot for my portfolio, for what I need, later on to sell the pictures, to print, to sell prints or photographs to some publisher. And in exchange, they also can use my pictures for their needs. And I'm sure that with those people, I can get something in exchange, but also thanks to those people, I know they will spread a good word around. Uh, I know thanks to those people, if the other people will see that I collaborate with those peoples on such a level, I am worth of trust with my skills, with my techniques, whatever. So sometimes it's also worth to work collaborations of this type. Yes, Elsa is a fuego and clamons. Okay. Contact with the customer. I think slowly we are going to the end of this part of my lecture. But whenever the new customer is coming to us, or we're trying to reach someone, there are also very important qualities you really have to remember about. I believe all of you know this already, because there are, like, I would say, basic human skills whenever we want to achieve something, but just in case, it's worth to remind it. So whenever we contacting someone, either for this kind of time for pleasure session, or the publisher because we want to sell our work, first of all, say really proudly, what I'm saying about proudly, say proudly who we are. Because, for example, here in Poland, we have, I think it's a nation thing, that we are not really confident to talk about ourselves good way, because people will say, oh, you are smart ass, and so and so. But trust me, guys, if you will not sell yourself, Who will really? I'm trying to repeat you. Don't sit and wait till you will be noticed. You really go to have go. You really have to go there and tell those people, "Hello, here I am, and I do pretty good job, I think, and maybe you will be interested in what I'm offering." Oh, Nancy, good to hear that we are not the only one. I saw it, for example, in Canada, and it really gave me a lot to think about. Whenever my friends were making CV to the work, they had to write about themselves in the best possible way. Why they are great people for this job, what is their character, some skills and so on. As I told you, you have to sell yourself, yeah. You really have to believe also in yourself. Don't be, like this little shy mouse sitting somewhere in the corner. No, 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 it doesn't work like that. Trust me. I am shy person and I really had to fight with this for a long time, but it really brings a profit after a while. So when we contacting this publisher or person we want to collaborate with or offer our services, that's why it's also worth to send pictures to the competitions or to get some publications, because it also brings a nice highlight in our CV or whatever the achievements, whatever they are, either your further travels, your articles, your um, publishings, yeah, maybe, yeah, or some achievements in the competitions. uh, of course, your expectations, so what you want to get from this collaborations, but also what you will bring to this collaboration. Either this is time for pleasure session, or either like selling your pictures, so what you're offering and how much you want to be paid, or something like that. Or even if you don't want to tell right away how much you want to be paid, that you are really open for the offers, what they can offer, yeah. And yeah, so whenever we contacting also our clients, we first of all we have to remember about being professional in every single way. So as I already told you, basic human skills. uh, yeah, so we really, if you say something, we should do so, and not other way around, because it will not be seen as a professional way of working. uh, Openness for suggestions and ideas. Yeah, we all as artists have our own visions and ideas on ourselves, but sometimes we have to bite our tongue and yeah, yeah, I think bite ourselves and saying, okay, this time maybe I can do something different. And trust me, sometimes it opens more doors than we expected. But above all of it, remember to be authentic. This is really important, but really be open also for other ideas. Diplomatic assertiveness. This is, I think, very personal tip, like even for myself. For me, it was really difficult at the beginning because I wanted to do everything and give everything for everyone. And sometimes people were abusing this. So we also have to sometimes remember, say, no, no, no. I can do this for you, but I also have to get something from it. There are plenty of people who don't have problem with that, but I had, and that's why I put this point there. And maybe some people will be, upset, like, oh, I didn't think you are like that, or oh, I think you are cheap or something. But really, you want to be happy with yourself, and you want finally this passion, this work to bring something. Yeah, we are here today to talk about clients. So be honest. If you are not getting any profit from what we're doing, don't agree on it. And of course, whenever some client is interested in service or getting something from us, quick and easy contact. But I think is obvious. Everyone like to be, I would say, spoiled that you are very accessible, and you will also find the contact. You will also find the time for them. So that's why I think is important. Okay, guys. As I told you, I think today I talk a bit faster and I'm out of breath. Okay, guys, I will give you 1 or 2 minutes and we'll move to the Q&A section. Again, reminder, if you are still not on our Facebook group, on the top there is a join the group, and you will go and you can add yourself. Yeah, that was the time for advertisement. And whenever you have some technical problems, issues, questions, or want to remind something, you can post there. I'm trying to have a look on this group once a day at least. Just checking if someone of you. Yeah, I see Linda is here. She wants to join, or I added. No. Okay. Alicia. Okay. All right. We have everyone here. Perfect. So. Okay, Anna. Yes, I think I got your. All right, girls. We can move to the Q&A section. Here, I think you can see. Okay, here the first question is okay. I think Maria, you are already on the group. If you just went to the link which is on the top. Hmm. Okay. Here, the Nancy asks, how many as a minimum photos would be you recommend for a website? As I told you, if you want to make some albums or folders or something like that, I would not go over 40, 50, but best if you will make like a one portfolio of 20 of your best, like best of the best. That's I think will keep people in this feeling of, not enough, not enough. I want to more. I will go to either to her social media, to the Facebook, to the Instagram. I will try to find this girl because her work is amazing, but I feel I want to see more. And this is the feeling you want to achieve whenever you present your portfolio. Well, I didn't know we can do that. Can we have some tips on how to find the activity hours on Facebook and Instagram, please? Yes, Rachel, just give me a sec. I'll check on the Instagram, for example. So, just give me a second. I will check how I was there. Here. No. Where was it? Where was it? For example, if you will go on your on Instagram and on your profile, on the top right you have these three bars, and when you open them, you have statistics, and then you can try and check and dig a little bit in. But I think, for example, there will be something in English like account engagement, for example. And if you go inside, you will see, for example, which for example, now I'm surprised because 2% of all my audience are people from Moscow. That's a surprise. Maybe I should start to talk some Russian or write some Russian. Yeah, you can really see and browse through all the statistics and check here, check there, because there is a plenty of information. You just have to spend maybe 1 hour there and check it. For me, it was also a very important turning point where I decided to keep my social media mostly in English, because I saw, even though that I was posting in Polish at the beginning, there are many people from US, from abroad, who follow my work. So I said, maybe I should write some content which will be also understandable for them. I know now it's not a really big problem because everywhere on the website we can translate text, but yeah, that was the reason I started to do everything in English many years back. And on the Facebook, just give me a second. There is something like okay. All right. Yeah, I think it's called Insights on the Facebook. Just give me a second. Mhm. Page summary. Okay, girls, I will do like, I will share the screen and I will show you where exactly I went to on my Facebook to check it. So, open in browser, choose how to share your screen. Open in browser. Okay, now I see plenty of my faces, so I think we work. Okay, can you please write me down if you see the screen I shared? All right. So I go to the Facebook, and here on the left you have your shortcut, so you can see your pages or so on. So all the pages you run and in groups. And here I will go to my main page, which is photographic one. And again on the left, you can find the insights. And here you have all the informations. For example, you can choose if you want to see what was last 7 days or 28 days. Yeah, you'll have many informations. Again, you have to really spend the time to go through it and read it and analyze. Here you can see what is the reach of your post and how many comments and likes and shares or something like that. Mm, hmm. Here is some pages. I don't know what is that. Uh, but really, if you go to the insights and spend some time here around, like wandering around and going even through here, all these things on the left, and all these informations like post reach and other things, it will really give you a lot of informations. And yeah, so you will see like which day of the week is the best, what time. I'm not sure now where is it. I don't want to waste your time, ladies, but you can find it. So I hope if I showed you where to search, you will find it. Okay, we go back to the Q&A. Okay, now I think I can turn off my face and sharing. Okay, we are on Q&A. How do you work out your audience when you are in Canada versus Poland? I struggled to juggle between. Yeah, that's the big struggle. Once I was even trying to post twice a day, and it did work, but then again, I didn't have much time to constantly post, even to post a day. Um, Now I try to find, I would say, organic or com- uh, the hour which is compromise between. So uh, Canada versus Poland is not so difficult because we have only 6 hours apart. So whenever I post 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. in Canada is 8 p.m. in Poland. So still, this time range which works for me. But yeah, it's difficult. Yeah. So maybe you can find some compromise or sometimes try to post once here. But first check your audience and see where is most of your traffic on the page. Mhm. Okay, what is another question? Okay, Elizabeth, do you have an agenda for your social media? For example, posting on Monday, doing stories every 2 days. Elizabeth, so yes, I did. I did, and it was working that way that I had more, engagement with the people. But I started, like burn myself, really like struggle. I felt like anxiety that I really have to do things, and for me, maybe it doesn't have to be super pleasure, but I don't feel like posting uh, if if I have empty head. I really like to say something underneath the pictures, either how I feel or what was about that picture so special or something like that. I didn't want to make that pressure on me anymore. Now I'm considering hiring someone who's gonna run it, because making a post is one, but later on responding for the comments, responding for messages, which you are getting more and more, it's a lot of work. And keeping your hand on top of all of this, like what is going on there. Sometimes I am on the way for a few days, I'm offline really, and then I'm checking in on the Facebook or Instagram, and I am terrified where to start and how to start, and mostly often I don't start at all, and that's horrible. Yeah, that's not really nice of me, but sometimes it's really hard to catch up. So it is nice if you have time to plan it. Maybe you can plan your post, because on the Facebook page you can plan your post and set up the date when it should be published, if you really have time for that. So yeah. Do you have everything planned ahead before you start your 4 stages? I mean, obviously, when you are doing a model call, you don't have all of your models, but you already have lined up. So, Elsa, honestly, not really. I have some draft in my head, but that's it. For me, it's important to make the first post, which is the most important, as we already saw it. And later on, just go with the flow. I later on call to action, advertising the event or so. And after a few days, I have to remind myself, to well, remarketing. So again, post something referring to what happened, and that's it. For example, when you advertise a workshop, you have everything lined up and organized before you even start the first page. Um, I think, Elsa, you're referring to the same question. Yeah, what? Yeah, that was Elsa's questions. So as I told you, I have this first post planned, and later on I just remember to add after a few days the call to action post, and at the same time I already send a message to the people who commented underneath the first post. So that's my old plan. Elsa is asking, do you have photo Facebook posts to recommend that are worth posting in for business purpose? Elsa, honestly, I think I don't understand. Sorry. Can you please make this more clear? Because I even don't know what is pulse. Pulse? Yeah. I would love to have an album on or one place where they can go, apparently on the website, login to see portfolio. Yeah. Oh my goodness, guys. I from the last time you had similar pictures, like where to make such an album. So not everyone has the access, but you can make your own. Um, yeah, I have to do my homework and send it to the group. But even like albums on the either Dropbox or Google Images or galleries or something like that, or OneDrive photo, it's called. You're creating online albums, and only people who has a link has access to it. So maybe that will be something worth to consider. Elsa is asking, would you contact magazines to ask for article about yourself and still sell them the photos? So Elsa, whenever I had my somewhere interview or the highlight of my work, no, that was yeah, that was the situations when they contacted me because they wanted to write about what I'm doing. But later on, for example, when they liked the article, they liked the pictures, and it was, for example, the magazine about horses, I continued a bit and said like, okay, listen guys, maybe you will be interested, because I have something to tell about this and this. I can make some reportage or tell some stories. And that was sometimes it was working even in Australia. I think in Bark Horse magazine, which doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. Rachel, I'm just not sure how to go about the database of images to showcase what is on offer. Okay, yeah, I have to check this, and yeah, I will do my homework. Yes, that was via book faith. Linda is asking, when entering constant contests, do you have to watch out for giving up the rights to your own photos? Yes, of course. I always read uh, conditions. Yeah. So, of course, most of people or yeah, or brands who organize such contests, what they want is, once you enter with your pictures, they want to have the rights to reuse it, either for mostly later on for advertising again the same contest, or the publish for rights for publishing contests, finalists or something like that later on somewhere, even in magazine like in National Geographic. And mostly it's that's it. If there is some contest which want too much, which want to claim too much on the rights, then I never sign in for that. Show and fairs, how much goods do you take with you? That's a good question. What are your best sales? Hmm. Any tips? Okay, so we go from the last question on what to get printed. Again, you really have to think about what is your target, what is your how you imagine your client. Of course, if you want to have, I would say, mid-class clients, and you want to have more clients who, well, more clients to you, but buying cheaper, then, for example, you would print your pictures either on canvas or, some, I would say, more commercial materials. But for me, honestly, I'm not big fan of canvas. It's a very noble material for paintings, but not for photographs. Uh, it can be nice quality, but it will never be the same quality, not archives quality, and guarantee that this picture will last. I did a few prints on the canvas at the beginning. I did also on the debond, but debond is very fragile on any damage. And now I only try to do on very high quality photographic paper. Of course, it's cost a lot, but for me, it's important to have this client who want to spend a bit more on the pictures, and pictures which I'm selling are framed. Mm, or either, if there are some people who don't want to spend as much, there are smaller photographs only in passepartout, in the in the foil and everything, so they can buy it cheaper and frame it in home, like a small versions. But bigger pictures are all framed, because I already see on people that is totally different, seeing or feeling your pictures if they're already there, like standing framed, and it works totally different. Of course, it's a huge investment. Framing pictures, I think, is the most expensive part of exhibiting your work, but it really is, it's really worth. And of course, you don't have to start with 50 pictures, yeah, huge pictures in the frames. I started with the small wall, as I told you, and I had only maybe 10 pictures like that, and I sold a few small one, a few postcards, and few calendars, maybe one or two of the bigger one. But also later on, after the fair itself, or after the show, if you will stay with something, you can also make some special offer on internet, yeah, for those who are waiting for your pictures but don't have as much money. You can offer something a bit cheaper, because this is like what's left. And this, for example, what I would do after this month, last Cavaliada, if people will not buy everything, and for sure they will not, miracles like that doesn't happen, then of course I will post some online, and they will be available to purchase in some special offer. So yeah, and also about the amount of photographs. I always believe that there will be some pictures sold, so I always have prepared a few more, few more somewhere, in the car, on the backstage or something like that. So whenever it's sold, I can put this to the anyone on the wall. All right. Okay, here Faith said. Okay, just not only in Poland. That's good. It's good that not only in Poland people are like that, but we're not gonna complain. As we said, we have to remember to believe in ourselves and, you know, talk only good ways about ourselves when we want to find a client. You know, we don't need to be as smart as, but we have to be sure of our own value, of what our work represents. Do you have a physical portfolio to take with you? And so, what size format? Is it a book? Okay. So, Faith, I do have my own portfolio, which I have on this kind of fair or show. Just for people to see my work, because I'm not able, to show all photographs on the walls, so they can see what I have in my offer. And I made photographic book in some, it's not ecological, artificial kind of leather, so it looks like, super fancy, and is mostly like 30 by 30 centimeters. And I made it on very high quality photographic paper, because we want people to see the quality of our work. Yeah, the quality of our work is also when we deliver our work. Remember about this, please. And I have this always, and it happens that people saying like, "Oh, I didn't find any of, your pictures interesting, like what you have here, but can I order this one, please?" And it works. It really works. So, and trust me, the pictures which are on the paper are always 100 times better than digital one. I love my pictures on the paper. Okay, Elizabeth, about customers and the former formation, what would you say in the most important thing for your incomes? Workshops, private customers, breeders? Well, as I am really freelancer, photographer slash traveler, I focused on creating my own vision, my own photographs, and later on struggling a bit with selling that. Sometimes I have some customers coming for my service, but first of all, when the times are normal, I don't have time for that. And I really feel much more happy when I am somewhere on the field and I don't have this pressure of, of making a customer happy with, just photographing the horses for sale. Of course, there are much easier money in that, or even in the sport, in the shows. I tried this, but it really wasn't for me. I started to feel anxiety, and I wasn't really happy with this kind of work. So yeah, I travel, I invest. This is also very risky because I invest in the travels, and then I'm trying to sell my pictures, and also the workshops and the tours where I invited other photographers to join me during my travels. That's my main thing. Okay, else, how do you go with posting a lot of your life to your Insta stories? The last couple of years, I've been trying to walk away from the, let's say, mental health. Can you build something without having to show your face on social media? Ooh, that's a good one, Elsa. Well, I have to push myself, from this comfort zone, because, as I told you, I was a shy person. I didn't like to, to speak to people, to stand in front of people. Uh, but I had a few situations which opened my eyes, and I had a few students who said, after a few days spending with me, they were like, "Honestly, Kasia, I was afraid to coming to you." I was like, "Why am I so scary?" Because they say, "Okay, what you do is professional. You seems to be very uh, I don't know. I don't know what they meant, but they didn't know me. They didn't see me. They didn't know the person which is behind those pictures, and it really gave me such a king. Like, okay, I think I should sometimes, show my face. See, like, we are all normal people. We do the same things, and um, more and more often, I got also people coming to me and asking about some. Mm, even not photographing things, but more like coaching how to develop like self-confidence and other things like that, because they saw that finally I did it, and I was hiding so many years after my pictures. But as I'm telling you, Elsa, for me the turning point was when my students were coming and telling me that they were afraid to come to me because they didn't know the person which was behind the pictures. And again, that's another thing, another priority you have to think about if you want to host a workshops and other things, when you want other people from the same field coming to you, so you want them to feel more friendly towards you as a person, or if not. But if you want to have this kind of customers, I think you should show a bit about how you do what you do, and who you are. You don't have to show what you eat and what you do in your spare time. I think you know where I'm going with this. Okay, Elizabeth, did you ever pay social media for sponsored publications? Well, I did pay for advertising. Like, I just paid for those posts which should bring attention regarding to upcoming workshop event. I don't know, calendar sale or something like that. But as I told you, it changed so much after last few years that I'm not able to catch up with this to make a good advertisement, because of course you can go there and just pay for promotion, that's it, but it will not bring you anything. There are some people who study the subject and who are good with this, and if you want to think about this, you should contact them. Mm, and it helps. I didn't think it helped, but then this person who helps me with this, she showed me the engagement and all the actions which coming to her shop, because she has an online shop with all the Christian stuff. And I said, okay, we can try with this, because as I told you, now algorithms want all the posts to disappear very quickly, so sometimes we really have to help them, but we also have to know how. At the beginning, did you tag people in your post so you would get more followers? You didn't seem to do it usually. Is there for a reason? Uh, Tagging people. Well, that's a very fragile subject, because, first of all, maybe not tagging people, because now I think it's not also easy to tag people even in the post on the professional page, as I remember, right? I think it is. You can tag now only pages, which if we do so, I think it will cut our yeah, the algorithm will cut our engagement with the audience. And so this is what I noticed, but if I speak with some other professionals in that field, they saying it's not really so. Well, I don't do it because I saw this. And also, uh being honest, sometimes I don't feel like sharing where I've been exactly or with whom, because eh, you know, as we saying, we have many photographers in the same field, in the same garden, and some of them, they don't have this feeling of, well, they don't feel where is the barrier between being inspired by someone work, or just following and doing exactly the same with the same horses in the same place and the same people. And it hits me every single time. Yeah, so sometimes even for that reason. But and it really hurts me. I feel sometimes broken, because I want to do something for in exchange for those people who made the effort to take the pictures with me, who worked with their horses. not only by giving them the pictures, I also want to highlight them, but sometimes it's so difficult, really. Whew, yes, really fragile subject, I think. Should you test with select few people which are your best photos? Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. So Nancy, with asking, well, with asking other people, this is how I understand your questions. The opinion about your pictures. It can be difficult because as many people are there, there will be so many different types, tastes, opinions about really everything. And more people you ask, you will get, like a roller coaster in your head. So either you should really go to those people who you believe in, who you appreciate in this field, or sometimes even it's worth to, I don't know, to see on your social media which pictures had the bigger traffic underneath, the most of the shares, the if you post online, because Nancy, I know you don't. So sometimes the audience like that can help a bit to select the best one, because you can clearly see what people like the most. When displaying your work at shows events, do you also have an offer on prints, bookings, or similar, or you mainly there to get noticed? Both. Both. Well, there are different really customers coming. One coming and asking if I do photo sessions of their horses because they want to have such a beautiful picture, but of their own horse. Why they have to pay for other pictures if they can have their own horses? Some people coming and asking if I can make different size. Some people coming and asking if I can come and show my work in their own place during their own event. Even such a things happened. Of course, you can be noticed by some great people and some great brands, and it really did help me a lot recently. But also, believe me, I'm having people who's coming and asking if I am a printing company, if I can print their own picture, or if I can edit their own picture, or things like that. Even if there is a huge mark that this is finite photography by this and this. People still keep asking because they're not reading. They keep asking, but as I told you, I have both. I think it's really equal. Like to getting noticed and having customers in the future and selling your services and your items on the stand. Naming your photos business. Is everybody using their own name? I think it's traditional, but what if you don't think your name sounds good? Do people have success with non-professional? Oh, Anna, I love this question. Honestly, if I would know that I will go internationally, yeah, with my work, if I would have any plans of doing what I'm doing now, I would make artistic nickname. Honestly, because I know my name is struggle for everyone because nobody can pronounce Katarzyna Okrzesik-Mikolajek. No, come on, being honest. So for these reasons, I would make a nickname. But it's really also important to start this from the beginning, so you will be recognized with this. So if you really have idea, so and you've for example, Anna, photography versus the equine photographer, I think now it really doesn't matter as much. There are so many equine photographers, so everything blends in. So I think it's really important to do what you do underneath your name and be who you are as you are, because you are not only selling your services but sometimes also you as a person, you as a creator, you with your vision. So you can go under your name or nickname and just add photography or photographer or something like that. Then I think it will be enough. Rich is so terrible. Have you ever had to pay for that, or you are constant and doesn't need? Rachel, yeah. As I already told you, sometimes I'm using help of my friends. She's setting up some advertisement on the Facebook or somewhere. But either than that, if I really need advertising some sale or some event, I don't do. I really try to push myself to be to post frequently, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think I'm getting tired a bit, and I think this really can help. We just have to keep pushing ourselves to keep posting. I know it's tiring, it takes a lot of time, but spend maybe one evening and prepare at least, I don't know, between 5 to 10 pictures, which you can spread even over a 1 month, but just keep posting, yeah. Don't do like you bombing people with plenty of pictures. Later on, there is a busy season and there is a silence over 2 months on your page. Of course, it looks nice because it means like, oh, she's so busy, she doesn't have time, but it doesn't work for the algorithms that way. Mhm. Okay, Linda asked if I ever boost my posts. So we already talked about this as well, about all the promotion and other things. Oh, about social media and the things changing all the time. And Elsa also about showing the face. Maybe you don't have to show the face, but I think now is nice to make short movies. It's called Reels on the Instagram, yeah. Unfortunately, it's a new thing. We are photographers, not movie makers. We like pictures, but it's nice to make, even some short movies sometimes and show our pictures from the behind the scene and not some music and, make it clear and dynamic and everyone will love it, reshare it, and then you're gaining more and more people because they love moving images. And that's the new thing about the Instagram right now. Yeah. I'm also trying to convince myself to do more of those. If we have lack of constancy on social media but would like to turn that around, do you have any tips to hmm, supercharge getting back into the game of rather hmm, do you have any tips to? Well, honestly, I don't have any other tips apart of what you asked, Rachel, because well, I never tried one. I told you I'm hearing different things from different people, but I don't want to recommend or non-recommend you something what I don't experienced. uh, yeah, and maybe one thing, if you planning to go back to the game with posting pictures because some big event is coming or you want to advertise your work anymore, don't start with the best post with the best picture right away, because it will not work. You'll make a beautiful picture, beautiful post, and it will not reach many people. Always the first or second post after such a break will not make such a attention. It will be better to warm it up, and later on come with the big news or big picture. So theoretically I could sort of use your first stage promotion to possibly get models, yes, or horses to photograph, or how do you do? um, yes, I think, Faith, you can do like that, yeah. And for also model call, I would really strongly recommend you Facebook groups. Either referring to your location, like, I don't know, from the state or from the region, referring to horse breeds or something like that. You can also post there and say like you're doing a model call if you don't have a big audience on your Facebook or Instagram. I think it's a good practice to also use this kind of groups. Faith is asking if I'm using Flickr. No, I don't. Once I think I did at the beginning, but there are too many, at the same time, different kind of. I think now also the Pinterest and other things. But for me, it was too much. Okay. When you say high quality photo print, are the printers using 100 photo rack paper? Well, this kind of papers which I'm using, and I'm calling them high quality, are the papers with certifieds. They are certified, so they will, not the picture will not disappear after 50 years. Yeah, that's the thing. The paper which I'm using now, and I highly recommend it, is a Huller Miller. I think it's called like that. I will give you the name here. I think, yeah, it's called like that from the German. Where is it? Where is it? I collaborate with only one place in Poland who use this paper, but it's one of the best quality. And they have different type of photographs depending of papers depending on your needs. Okay. All right. Okay, ladies, I think I'm going to the end. I hope it's getting late. Which week can I ask about tips on expanding an image for print? Mm, would we talk about it? I don't think about. Maybe I can show you. Yeah, when we talk about workflow optimization, because I will show you the programs which I'm using. So I think I will tell you what I do and how I do. And there's huge stud like a Paco Marti clients or portfolio day readers. Yeah, to Paco, for example, I went as my own investment, and it was very nice collaboration. But for example, Paco is very picky breeder, and he will not let you publish any picture if it's not approved by him. As a good quality horse breeder, he really, the horse has to be perfect on the picture. So you also have to think about this. And you can spend the hours working on the picture, and he will say, "No, I don't like my horse on this picture." Do you have tips on selecting images for a portfolio when you love photographing people and horses and equine portrait? Two, two books. Yes, I think I would do two books if you have, if you can offer, both services, like, equine photography and equestrian. Yeah, so with people and horses. I have this book which is my portfolio during the shows and the fairs. But if someone is asking about commission photo shooting with the horse and the rider, and is asking if I do things like that, then I take out the other book, but I don't put it on the front because, as I told you, I don't do much of those things. But if someone is really, I see, is really interested in such a thing, and maybe that will be something nice from this from his side, then I show him the book, and I'm saying, okay, that's the work which I done with the people. Because I also experienced, like, I specified in the equine photography in fine art and liberty and other things. So I feel horses, I see horses, but sometimes people think if I photograph horses, I can photograph everything else. So the kids with the dresses, with the ponies and other things. But honestly, I'm not good with that. So that's why sometimes I prefer to show them, like, you know, I know you have expectations, but this is not really my thing, but at least you can see what I do. And if you like, okay, we can agree on something. Okay. Is it okay or crazy to be a photographer and to never join Instagram? I really go on Facebook. Joined Instagram, and even yesterday saw a documentary about damaging for mental health. Well, about mental health, yeah, you really have to be strong there. You can't compare yourself with anyone. You as a person, you as a woman, you as a creator, so you can't compare your work that, this photographer is so great, so how can I post something? No, guys, when you entering all this horrible world of social media, first of all, you have to forget about comparing yourself. And Nancy, yes, you can be a photographer, but I think it will be much more difficult to find customers. But maybe with your portfolio, if you print your book or pictures or something, and you will go to local gallery or something like that, they can expose your work and you might find the clients this way as well. I know people like that. They don't exist online really, and they doing brilliant work outside. Elizabeth is asking if the workshops. Yeah, it came out like that. I didn't plan, but people are, coming asking, and I'm okay with sharing. So why not to offer workshops, tours, and another things like that. Uh, if I come to US, do I do a workshop? With the workshop, so the event when I really do classes and we master our skills, I do the setups and I spend the time with each of the students to show how the work is done. I really have to have a place which I can go like 100% with. So if I will go to US first time, I hope I will next month, finger crossed. And if I will do, first I want to find such a place. I really have to be sure that the people I collaborate with, I can rely on them. They are professional, they are punctual, they can provide everything what I need so I can focus on my students, not on them. And I know that the care of the horses is right, the treatment is right. So yeah, always the first trip is more like, I would say, investment. And yeah, I would search for a place like that for sure, and maybe in the future. I hope so. I have gone back on my name now because there are so many people out there who are meeting me by my name. Yeah. Okay, ladies, I think we have to finish soon. If you find a social media guru, send me. Okay. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, if you would need someone and you are ready to spend some money on really good advertisement, then okay, I can recommend you someone. First, I would have to ask her if she still have time, but I think I can recommend someone. Okay. The workshops and tours I'll double up as a great road trips. Yeah, Nancy been on both, so she knows. Well, so that's why now during the COVID wasn't easy, but somehow we made it, and I think now will be only better. I think okay. Oh, okay. 45 minutes just for questions. You are getting better and better, ladies. Okay. I think we can slowly end our meeting, and that was a pleasure. That was a pleasure. I think we'll meet next week, and our next lesson will be, anyone remember? I think about right preparations for a photo session, if I'm right. Yeah, I think so. So we're gonna talk about what we do and how we do when we are finally there on the field. So enough of all this kind of business talking. Now we go to the action. Yeah, so that will be about the preparation for a photo session. Thank you, ladies. That was a pleasure. You were really active today, and I'm pleased with that. I hope you got something from it as well. If you need some reminders or something like that, just post on the group, and we all will be in touch, and we see each other in the next week. Good night, or have a wonderful day, and enjoy this beautiful time. Yeah. Okay, bye guys.